sponsors.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. I am Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the King of Afternoon Drive Radio. So are you ready, Clemaniacs? If so, then let's give it up for Clem in the PM.
Yes. Welcome back, Clemaniacs.
Welcome, welcome to Clemville. It's another beautiful day. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Nothing like a hump day in Clemville. The perfect place to get you over that hump. Yes. So we start off the show with Foo Fighters, one of my favorite bands. Hero. That's in honor of Jared Lloyd, whose life was lost 1 year to the day at the fire at Evergreen Court Home for Adults. Along with a resident there, Jared Lloyd sacrificed his life, gave his life in order to save many other lives. Heroes don't always have to wear capes. They don't always save the day, you know, the damsel in distress. A sad ending that day. Sad, really sad loss to the community, to his family. Jared Lloyd's life taken way too young. But truly a hero, and will be remembered for that. His act of heroism. Although his life was taken, countless others were saved because of his actions, along with the men and women who were side by side with him that day. So we have a moment of silence to recognize his loss, to honor his loss. Tonight, 7 p.m., Spring Valley High School, a candlelight vigil, memorial in honor of Jared Lloyd. If you can make it, please do. All right, so we are back here in Clemville. It is Wednesday, the 23rd day of March, 1 week before my birthday. Yes. Burn checking in. Yes. Love the Foo Fighters. Yes. Can't wait. 52. Looking it straight in the eye. Hopefully I'll make it. God willing, I'll make it to 52. You never know. I mean, you just don't know what could happen in this world. Ugh. Facebook stinks. Anyway, a week away. The countdown is on. 52. Looking forward to it. And I'm also looking forward to the next hour and 40 minutes or plus something, give or take a second or two, with you Clemaniacs. I'm really looking forward to my man Oliver, who Mondays at 4:20 rules the airwaves here. You know that. You have that in your mind, in your phone, in your calendar, that Oliver will be here 4:20 every Monday. But due to circumstances unforeseen, and yesterday his obligation to what he had to do, we will deliver the goods today at 4:20. All hail, yes. Kevin, how are you feeling on this lovely Wednesday hump day?
It's a good day. I do want to say my condolences to the family of Jared Lloyd, and he definitely is, no doubt about it, a hero, and that's a very timely song that you played right there, man.
You know what? I could only program music as I see fit. And I believe, like you said, that was a telling song for a true hero who, not here in body, but in spirit, in soul. He's got a young boy being raised without a father, but definitely an angel watching over that young man, as well as all the fellow fighters that worked with Jared. I'm sure he keeps an eye over and tries to keep his fellow firefighters safe as well. All right, boys and girls, we are all buckled in. We'll be going for a little ride through Clemville. Very scenic. Little commercial break, and we shall start full speed ahead. Woo!
Hudson Valley News, informative programs, and your favorite music. We're Radio Unscripted, AM 1700, WRCR, and WRCR.com.
Hi, Lou Young here with a new type of radio reality for the new year. Every week we'll spend 2 hours together learning to recognize the profound and permanent changes taking place all around us. Listen, it's a wake-up call to action. The signs are everywhere. The solutions are between your ears and in your heart. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays, WRCR, 1 to 3 p.m. Join us. I dare you.
Howdy folks, this is Redneck, host of the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show, inviting you to join me every Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. and worldwide online at WRCR.com. We'll be chatting with some of the finest independent artists right here in the Hudson Valley and from around the world. Don't forget folks, hug your friends, kiss your family, thank the Lord, and y'all keep listening to the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. Radio Unscripted.
Hi, this is Dr. Jeffrey Shannon.
And Dr. Sophia Patricus.
We invite you to join us for our show, Listen Up, Rockland, the first Monday of each month at 9:30 a.m.
If you or someone you know is always asking to repeat, has difficulty communicating in a noisy environment, or has ringing in their ears, then tune in to our show.
Do you have questions, or are you curious about how to improve your hearing? We welcome any and all questions related to patient treatment process, hearing aids, and implantable hearing technology.
Do you or someone you know experience dizziness, vertigo, feeling off balance, or have a fear of falling? If so, tune in as we can educate and help treat various balance concerns.
So join us for Listen Up Rockland, the first Monday of each month at 9:30 a.m. as we navigate all topics related to audiology, hearing, and balance with various members of our team and guest speakers.
Hudson Valley Audiology, located at 11 Medical Park Drive, Suite 205 in Pomona. Call them at 845-406-9991 or visit their website, hudsonaudiology.com.
Now let's take a look at the road with Hudson Valley traffic.
Not a whole lot going on in Westchester County this afternoon. You've got the usual slowdowns northbound Hutch coming up out of the Bronx into the Cross County, and bumper-to-bumper traffic westbound Cross County from the New York State Thruway onto the northbound Sawmill. And just like yesterday, the Sawmill stays heavy up to about Palmer Road before it starts to shake loose a little bit. No complaints at all on the Sprainbrook Parkway, the Bronx River Parkway. The traffic across the Tappan Zee Bridge looks good. 287 is free and clear. No complaints there either. Palisades Parkway moving along just fine. Traffic sponsored by DuckDuckGo. Tired of being tracked online? DuckDuckGo can help. They help millions of people like you take control of their personal information online. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified. And from the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Chris Majette.
Weather for tonight. We're looking at rain, a chance of light rain before 8 p.m. and rain after 8 p.m. The low around 37. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 22 miles per hour. For Thursday, rain, the high near 51 degrees. It'll still be gusty, gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. For Thursday night, rain mainly before 2 a.m., then a chance of showers after 2 a.m. The low around 45 degrees, chance of rain 80%. For Friday, partly sunny with a high near 59 degrees. For Saturday, a 40% chance of showers after 2 p.m., otherwise partly sunny with a high near 54 degrees. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 45.
Pete, you're on mute.
No, I'm just taking extra time to come back in from the break, that's all. Working on some stretching. Good. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, I was on mute. You got a problem with that? Yeah, thank you, Kev. What was I saying? I was saying we're back here in Clemville, beautiful day. And if you missed it on the good, which I'm sure you did not, Shaka Khan. It's her birthday today. We'll get to that later. We'll celebrate it here in Clemville, but what a great voice she has. I love Shaka Khan, all her great old hits. My sister used to rock to Shaka Khan. That's what turned me on to Shaka Khan, was her playing it. She had this little, I don't know if I think it was called La Car. Like it was like a Fiat or something, like La Car, little red thing. And she used to jam. One of the things she used to jam all the time was Shaka Khan. So happy birthday to Shaka. And like I said, that's some of the good stuff you'll get on the good. Great music. I mean, who doesn't love Shaka Khan and all her hits? Who was her husband, Rufus? Or was that her brother?
No, I don't think Rufus. I think she was married to somebody else and took the name Khan, the last name Khan.
So it wasn't Rufus Khan. It was just Shaka Khan and Rufus.
Yeah, Rufus was the band.
Oh, it was. So
yeah.
Who was? All right. So wait. Wasn't there a guy in the band who was he Rufus or he wasn't Rufus?
I don't think he was Rufus. I don't know if there was actually anyone in the band named Rufus.
I've always thought Rufus and Shaka Khan were like a duo, like Sonny and Cher.
No, actually, Rufus is a band. It started off with a different lead singer,
right?
For a year or two, and then Shaka joined the band.
So then it was just Rufus when she joined. It was just Rufus was the name of the band.
Yeah, I think they started out maybe in '68 or '69, and then eventually she came into the band.
Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. You learn something new every day. I got to do a little research here during the break. So yeah, Rufus is the band, and Shaka Khan. So did it end up being like the Supremes, who became Diana Ross and the Supremes? Was it, because I've always heard when the songs were played on the air, they go, "That's Rufus with Shaka Khan."
Well, originally it was just Rufus, and then it became Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. Then it became Shaka Khan and Rufus.
Right, okay, because she became so big and such a star. So she never left Rufus, though. She's always been Shaka Khan with Rufus, traveling, playing in shows. Rufus has always been the band that has played and recorded with Shaka Khan.
Well, she left the band in, I want to say, '83. She had put out her first solo album maybe around 1981.
Yeah, that was Shaka Khan. I feel for you. I think I love you. Shaka, right? That's it. That's what you're talking about. That was her solo career.
That was her solo career. Yeah.
That was more pop. I mean, she was hitting the right time in that pop. In that just pop era of, that 80s pop era, whenever, we would say 86 or 83, she left the band?
Yeah, 83, I believe, yeah. But
interesting.
She wanted to leave earlier, but she had a contract, and she had to do 2 more albums. So while she was putting out solo work, she did 2 more albums with Rufus and then left.
And how were those albums taken by the general public, as well as the people who critique them?
They didn't sell. The Rufus albums didn't sell as well. And actually, after she left Rufus, Rufus decided to do another album, and it really didn't sell well. And they split up.
Wow. You need that. Just like you need the big quarterback to win the Super Bowl, you need the big singer. You really need the big singer.
Yeah.
That the front person, the front man, whatever you want to call it. I like old school Shaka Khan. I couldn't tell you the names of the songs, to be honest with you. But if it came on, I would tell you right away it's Shaka Khan. I could probably tell you 8 to 10 old songs of Shaka Khan, because like I said, my sister had, what's that thing, the 8-track? The 8-track is the one that was like a big,
Right.
it was like almost like a briefcase that you pushed into a little socket.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, like a cart.
Right, all right. So Shaka Khan. All right, so listen, that's what you need to know about Rufus and Shaka Khan. Wasn't intending to go down that road, but I heard Kevin playing some great tunes, and it just it brought me back to times when it was, my sister was there for me. She didn't have, really a boyfriend at that point. She did. They just met, and then she just got up and left, and that was it. I was on my own. No more Shaka Khan, nothing. Just sitting in my trailer, waiting for my sister to play ball. Waiting. All right, so check this out. I'm really stoked for when Frank calls me. He told me he would. He said, Pete, I give you my word. I'm going to call you first. That's Frank in West Nyack with this beautiful property. It's a double rent. There's a mother-daughter place, like a ranch house. Next to it, a beautiful lady's only paying $1,000 a month. You understand? $1,000 a month for something that's easily priced out, $2,200, $2,500. When I fill the place with amenities on the property, get $3,000 easily. I'm telling you, believe me. So, I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna, and listen. It obviously comes down to the people you rent it to. You rent it to good people, you have no problem. You rent it to, dingbats. Obviously, you're going to be having dingbat problems. So this landlord, who had not been paid for just about a year, is owed $17,000 in back rent because he decided to raise the rent from $1,800 to $1,900 last July. And since then, he hasn't been paid and is back owed about $17,000 in arrears. So what he did was he got a big banner made and he posted it on right above where the tenants live. Right above their front door, their window. Huge banner. I mean, you could probably see this thing from Siberia. If you have 20/20 eyesight, 20/30 maybe from the Philippines. But anyway, this huge banner is posted on this building. My tenants on the first floor are not paying rent. Now, I don't know. Like I like it in a way. Like the compulsive Pete, who just doesn't think clearly sometimes, is overcome with emotion and just shortage of brain function. I like it. I'd go out and do this myself, but I'd get it in a bright yellow. I would have done it in a bright yellow, maybe a pink background with the black letters. Your white kind of fades in, but nonetheless still seeable. I want people to see it from the moon, not just from Tallahassee and Toledo. So this huge banner, huge. I mean, it's huge. Probably, I would say 20 by 30. Nah, maybe 15 by 20. Still big enough. My tenants on the first floor are not paying rent. Now, the tenants' gripe was they didn't like that $100. They didn't like that $100 rent hike. So they said, you know what, we're only going to give you $1,800. I mean, listen, they're the tenants. They'll make the decisions there. So the landlord says, you know what? Let's agree on a 5% rate hike. And they didn't like it, so they just stopped paying the rent altogether. They didn't even pay the $1,800. It's like, okay, you know what? You're raising it to $1,900. We'll pay $1,800. He says, no, I'm going to raise it 5%, which, let's see, $1,800, 10% is $180, 5% would be $90. So he even dropped it $10. He's like, let's compromise, $5, $10 I'll take off, $90 I'm raising it. They're like, no. We're insulted. They got insulted because they couldn't agree. So they say, we're not even going to pay you. They didn't even say, we're going to pay you the $1,800 and you're going to take the loss of $90, $100, or not even a loss, but you're not going to get it. They just said, you know what, screw it. We're not going to pay you at all, and we're going to stay in your house, which I find completely ridiculous. Someone's living in your house, and they're not, how did you do that? What did they, impossible. There's no possible way he just came on in 2 seconds and got us on Facebook when I've been secretly behind the scenes trying to get us on for the last 12 minutes. Anyway, let's back to this thing. The tenants are now embarrassed. He's trying to shame them. Maybe into paying, or at least embarrass them, letting people know that they're stiffs. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, it doesn't make... All right, I'm watching this commercial on virtual reality and the metaverse. I need it to explode. Everybody go buy a pair of these goggles, these Oculus VR headset, and enjoy yourself in the metaverse, okay? And wherever you see a monk, say hello. All right, so back to this sign. It is degrading, embarrassing. It's like, lets people know, like these people's... I mean, listen... I don't like when you're living on somebody's property and you're not paying for it. I don't care. I really don't care what it is. You got financial obligations in this world. You can't pay them. You got to move on. We don't want to see people homeless, but you can't live in this guy's house. It's just not right. Absolutely. And the laws favor the tenant. I'm not saying just toss them out, but it really comes down to this is, you make your bed, man. You got to sleep in it. You make choices in life, and this is what happens. And you can't be putting the onus on a guy who depends on that money to pay his bills, and he's not getting money. So why should he have to eat it? People think listen, landlords usually have more money than tenants, but it's not for us to count other people's money. It's for us to make an agreement and keep that agreement. Simple as that. So, the sign, I guess he's just saying you to them. You guys are going to, now it's going to play out in court, but they still get to live there for however long it plays out in court. And that could drag on forever. Their lawyer comes in, oh yeah, we need to rebuke it or whatever, reschedule it, postpone it, arraign it, whatever it is, to a future date because I didn't have the proper papers filed. We need to move it another 3 months because, we have COVID still and blah, 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 whatever they got to do. So these people live in this guy's house. And listen, I'm saying this. I agree with the landlord. Post that sign. Embarrass them. Do whatever you got to do. I don't care. That's up to you. If you feel that's what you need to do, do it. Because he's not getting any of the recourse. So he has to do at least something that makes him like, But I think what he's going to do, he's going to get people calling up. Yeah, hi, you have any apartments for rent? I'd like to rent an apartment. Because they know they can get over on this guy. He's basically, it's like an advertisement for riffraff, for non-payers. They're going to knock on this dude's door. Yeah, hi, I'm looking for an apartment. I have a full-time job, and I will pay my bill. And he's going to let him in, and they're going to do the same. But I hate that when tenants just leave. I've heard stories upon stories of people just hanging out, not paying. I got friends who own buildings, commercial properties, rentals, and it's really tough. You just can't evict these people. And you have a heart. You don't want to see anybody homeless. Oh, I got 3 kids. I got nowhere to go. I got no family. Yeah, right. You don't want to see them homeless and in a shelter. But, if the government is going to give money to every other country and help out their citizens, then they need to help these citizens out. Okay, we'll pull you out of that person's apartment because you're not paying. We'll give you, a stipend. Here, you have 3 months to get your together, or else, it is what it is. All right, you move to California and join the rest of the homeless. Honestly, they're like, you can't you cannot blame a landlord for wanting to be paid for something he's worked so hard for, even if it was gifted to him through generations and generations. People need to pay, all right? So this guy with his homemade billboard, I love it. I'm going to give him a good sound that we all love when we hear it, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Also a good sound you love to hear.
Pull up a chair or a cubicle and spend some time with us. We're AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
How about some talk radio that isn't toxic?
Yeah.
This is Lou Young with Kevin Thomas, and we'll be launching a new show called Tough Times, where our comfortable tribal labels will not be allowed.
That's right.
Yeah, we're focusing on the permanent and profound changes taking place around us in our society and our environment. We'll talk, but you won't be allowed to say certain words like Democrat,
Can't say it.
Republican,
Nope.
conservative,
Forget about it.
liberal.
Can't happen.
Call in. See if you can express yourself without using the labels that have come to divide us. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays 1 to 3 p.m. on WRCR 1700. Join us. I dare you.
I'll be there.
Welcome to WRCR 1700 on your AM dial. I am Sonia Burgos Cranage, an attorney with the law firm of Sickle and Hicks, located in Suffern, New York. I will be your host on the third Thursday of the month at 9:30 in the morning, and it will be Senior Moments with Sonia. Yes, the third Thursday, Senior Moments with Sonia. Our firm is reaching out to the senior community in Rockland County because many of the senior groups cannot interact in person with speakers. Protect yourself and protect your assets through legal documents. And I hope you join us on the third Thursday of Senior Moments with Sonia.
Do you remember the days when you could turn on your radio and hear songs like this? Well, they're back. Hi, everybody. This is Brian Davidia Bob Trevero, and I'll be hosting the Do-Up Dream Machine Show this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 AM and streaming live on WRCR.com. I'll play songs like this that you know and love and introduce you to songs you've never heard. But once you do, you'll get to know and love them as well. I'll take your telephone calls, dedications, and song requests. You say it, and I'll play it. I'll be brought to you by Rick's Club American in Congers, New York. So join me this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. for the Do-Up Dream Machine Show right here on WRCR.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. Looks like we've got a really good start here today, folks. It seems like this week was a little bit lighter on the roadways with volume than normal. Now, at this point, we're not seeing any big backups with volume. We do want to remind you that 218 is still closed both ways. That's through Cornwall, West Point, and Orange County, so stay with 9W. 84 is looking really good through Putnam, Dutchess, and Orange County. No problem on the New York State Thruway through Westchester, Rockland, Orange County. And we're also very clear across all the bridges over the Hudson River so far. 287, 684, and 95 are great. We're sponsored by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy for free. You want the same internet but more privacy? DuckDuckGo has got you covered. They help millions of people like you get privacy online without any trade-offs. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo, privacy simplified. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather for tonight, we're looking at rain, a chance of light rain before 8 p.m. and rain after 8 p.m. The low around 37. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 22 miles per hour. For Thursday, rain, the high near 51 degrees. It'll still be gusty, gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. For Thursday night, rain mainly before 2 a.m., then a chance of showers after 2 a.m. The low around 45 degrees, chance of rain 80%. For Friday, partly sunny with a high near 59 degrees. For Saturday, a 40% chance of showers after 2 p.m., otherwise partly sunny with a high near 54 degrees. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 45.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell him a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you a call. Call Alice when she was just small. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving low, go ask Alice, I think you'll know. Logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Leave your head, leave your
Yes. Wow. Dun, dun. I love that bass line. Dun, 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 dun. This is really cool. I mean, I wish I could even hum it, but I can't. So Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, one of their big hits. But the funny thing is this. That wasn't even their song. Grace Slick was not a part of Jefferson Airplane when the lead singer got pregnant and chose to leave the group instead of taking a leave of absence. That opened up the door for a new singer to come in. That singer would be Grace Slick, who brought with her 2 songs. White Rabbit and what's the other big hit? Someone to Love, Don't You Love Somebody?
Somebody to Love.
Yes. How does that go? Somebody to Love. Don't you want somebody to love? Is that it? Don't you need somebody to love? Why don't you love? Is that it? Is that Jefferson Airplane? You better find somebody to love. You're right. Yeah. So she had those 2 songs written and recorded with the group she was with prior. And unlike Kevin, I couldn't give you the exact information. All I know is that she was with, I might have heard this on Casey Kasem and just regurgitated it to you, but it is fact that she had brought those songs to Jefferson Airplane with her, not just a suitcase of clothes, a banjo, but also the lyrics to these 2 songs. And these are 2 of the biggest songs that Jefferson Airplane, later to become Jefferson Starship, had recorded. Yes. And that was actually one of, if not, some say the first, but I've heard otherwise, one of the first songs to be played on the airwaves that referenced drug usage. You know, it obviously has references to Alice in Wonderland, the follow-up to Alice in Wonderland, and there are references to drug usage in there. Great tune, and that will lead us into our next two stories, which we'll start with this one: a sad ending to a life too young. A 25-year-old New Jersey woman was under the influence of mushrooms when she died hiking in an accident over this past weekend. Allison Starr Moloff was hiking with her friend at Wallace Falls and Gold Bar when the two became separated. That's up in Snohomish County. Her body was recovered by a search and rescue team down the river from the trail. It is believed the two hikers were under the influence of mushrooms. The death appears to be accidental. Very sad. Very sad. I mean, I myself have eaten quite a few mushroom back in the day. You know, it like any other hallucinogenic, it's obviously, you know, there are people who would say otherwise with this statement, but it's obviously not good for you. There are quite many. We discussed he's not a teacher. He's higher than that at some prestigious university who trips on acid, you know, to help him with life. We referenced that story several months ago. But mushrooms can definitely take you to places that I don't recommend going hiking. And, you know, it's nice to be outdoors. And I don't, again, I'm talking about, I'm 51, 52. I'm talking about, you know, many, many moons ago when I was young and just even more stupid than I am now. With age, I become less stupid. I can't say that I'm not stupid, but just less stupid. So mushrooms, acid, mescaline, all those hallucinogens, Genix, whatever, however the word would be. They take you to places that you shouldn't be in certain places. Really, I don't even think you should be out in public when you're on those type of things. You never know. A bad trip happens. She literally could have had a bad trip and jumped off a cliff. Who knows what happened? But just another time when drugs takes the life of a young person. And just a sad ending. Another story related to drugs. People out there listening, young kids out there listening, you'll learn from these stories. Drugs is always a dead-end street. No matter what, it's a dead-end street. A 19-year-old New Rochelle resident who was smoking marijuana in Washington Square Park in Greenwich Village was approached by two men and two women. Two men approached the teen with his female friend who was also sharing that joint. When they asked for a hit and they were denied, one of the men took out a knife and stabbed the young guy in the head. Over a marijuana joint. Over a marijuana joint, he was stabbed in the head. Crazy. But this is, you know, drugs can only put you in a bad place, in a bad environment. You know, like Nancy Reagan says, just say no. We endorse that. Just say no. Both stories, drug related. One guy gets stabbed in the head. The other girl, obviously, no longer with us. I don't know of any drug stories that really have a happy ending, a good ending. So this segment started out with White Rabbit from Jefferson, Starship, Airplane, however you reference them in your world. One of the first songs ever to reference the usage of drugs. Many people, when they're tripping, they like to play that song. Just puts them in an even more euphoric state. But just remember these stories. I mean, you know, you never know what happens in life, but when you're on drugs, you can rest assured that only worse things could happen. If you're going to do drugs, just stay home in an enclosed room by yourself, doing nothing, listening to music, watching TV, although I don't endorse that either, all right? Tomorrow, Thursday, I'm waiting to hear back, hopefully. I got a couple of feelers out for some interviews. I responded to the patch Note to the editor from Neil Cosgrove, the head of the Ancient Order of Hibernians local chapter. I put a comment on the Facebook, and I actually sent out an email directly asking him to come on. I had some feelers out from other stuff. Really gonna, working on some stuff. Talk to the consultant meetings are usually about several different things, but one of them about radio. And, working on several things. So interviews is definitely one of the things trying to get much more of it. Informative, educational, inspirational, motivational, whatever. So we are hopefully going to hear back. I got to follow. I wish I had more time, honestly. Today I was up at 4 o'clock. It was beautiful. I'm in my office. I'm writing out some stuff, working on some other things. It's beautiful. You got to create time, but some days I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock. As I get older, I think I want to sleep more. I want to get up later. I really do. I don't want to, not every day I want to get up. And it's weird. If I had the only reason why I got up at 4 and felt great is last night I took 2 Advil PMs and I had a beer and it knocked me out. It's 8 o'clock. So from 8 to 4, I slept 8 hours and don't remember moving, nothing. Popped up out of bed at 4 o'clock. Other days I'm tossing and turning. I'm flipping my pillow. I'm up, I'm down. I'm here, I'm there. And yeah, I'm sure half you could relate to this stuff. More than half. I got a good sleep last night. I'm up at 4 o'clock. I'm I'm getting a lot done. It's early in the morning. This is beautiful. But, I don't know if I can do that every day. I don't know if I'm sure I could. I know I could. I just don't want to. Some days I just want to lay in bed with my wife. I cuddle up, but it's Alrighty, so as we wind down to the fourth... Yeah, Kev.
We've got Franny on the line.
All right. Hold on, Franny, for 1 second. As we wind down to the break, just remember, if you want to advertise here on the show or any other program, reach out to Kerry at WRCR.com, Kerry at WRCR.com. If you want to advertise here, you just tell her that, and we'll work out the details. If you wanted to have a special campaign, Kerry can work up something for you where it's a combination of shows, spots, placements, whatever it may be. Spring is coming. Tax money is on its way. If you own a business, now is the time to get your name out there. And WRCR, loyal listening audience, a lot of people tuning in throughout the day, morning, afternoon, weekends. So it's a great spot to be. Kerry at WRCR.com. Reach out to her. All right, Franny, what do you got today?
Hey, Clem, it's Franny. I want to wish Patty Bona a very, very happy birthday, all of us, and we love you very, very.
Awesome. She'll. Hopefully she heard it, and
Her birthday. I hope so.
Yep. No doubt. All right, that's cool. Listen, I got her on my list for birthdays, but you're sending your birthday wish out. I'm sure she's here. She's listening. If not, I know Pat's listening, and she'll relay the message. Thank you, Franny.
Right.
All right, listen. Let me. That's it. All right, we'll go to break, and we'll be right back. Clem in the PM.
AM 1700 WRCR Haverstraw.
We all want to live healthier lives and make good decisions. Join me, Carrie Potter, on the second Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, a health series brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Each show will feature a different health topic and specialist. Your calls and questions are welcome. That's the second Thursday of the month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Advancing care here.
This is Lou Young with a new type of radio reality for the new year. Every week we'll spend 2 enlightening hours together learning to recognize the profound and permanent changes taking place all around us. Look, the planet is in full revolt and we need a plan. Climates change. Species disappear. Viruses rampage, and we're told our primary value is to consume and ignore. This is a wake-up call to action. The signs are everywhere, and the solution is between our ears and in our hearts. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays on WRCR, 1 to 3 p.m. Join us. I dare you.
I'm Carrie Potter with your WRCR News. Today marks the anniversary of the horrifying Evergreen fire that claimed the lives of 2 people, including 35-year-old Spring Valley firefighter Jared Lloyd. There will be a candlelight vigil tonight in honor of Jared Lloyd at 7:30 p.m. outside Spring Valley High School. The state-mandated, newly formed Rockland County Office of Buildings and Codes continues their investigations in the village of Spring Valley. Rockland County Executive Ed Day says the county plans to ramp up the consequences of code violations.
We will be announcing something in the near term as it relates to bumping up the investigative process to actually go after some of these people who are putting their lives at risk. This is going to be something that really is never done, and it has it'll have a distinct investigative and prosecutorial approach to it. I recognize that you don't stop people who are hell-bent on making money and putting people's lives at risk by being nice. You have to turn around and you have to go after them with every tool in the toolbox.
If you would like to submit a complaint regarding building and code violations within the village of Spring Valley, you can call the County Office of Buildings and Codes at 845-364-3700 or email buildingsandcodes at co.rockland.ny.us. Assemblyman Ken Zabrowski is continuing to pursue his effort to pass legislation to protect emergency responders by making it a felony when a person knowingly alters or converts a building that impedes the exit, resulting in reckless endangerment of emergency personnel.
It's a bill that increases the crime, make it a felony, two categories of felony if you alter a structure in a way that impedes the egress or ingress of a first responder or a resident, and makes it a further higher felony if a person gets hurt or killed in that process. So it is a priority of mine. I met with FASNY, the Fire Association of the State of New York, a couple weeks ago, and we were strategizing on ways in the next couple months to prioritize that. They may come up for a press conference. We're going to try to make a big push of it this year.
Again, the candlelight vigil in honor of Jared Lloyd is at 7:30 p.m. this evening outside of Spring Valley High School. In other news, Governor Kathy Hochul confirmed Monday, according to the New York Post, that she is including a 10-point plan to change bail reforms in her revised budget proposal due April 1st, perhaps alleviating some pressure as Hochul approaches her election run with the primary in June. Assemblyman Mike Lawler shared his take on the plan on the WRCR Morning Show.
Personally, I think there are some things in her plan that I would strongly support. I think we have been advocating, certainly since I ran and took office, for changes to bail reform, changes to raise the age, to ensure that those that are committing crimes, especially violent crimes, are held to account, and that there is judicial discretion, that there is a dangerousness standard, and that those repeat offenders, especially those who are released on non-cash bail and then commit another offense within a short period of time, that they are held accountable.
Senator Reichlin Melnick told WRCR he's open to changes.
Things in there that are really good and we need to look at. Others will continue to discuss, but it is clear in my mind we need to be open to making changes so that we can balance people's rights while keeping the community safe. And I'm particularly happy to see some of the proposals she's got in there about addressing the rise in gun violence, and addressing this issue of repeat offenders, which certainly somebody's going out and robbing a store on today and then coming back and robbing a store tomorrow and the day after. Those folks certainly should not be just getting right out on on an appearance ticket.
Some of the points included in the plan: make repeat offenses subject to arrest and bail eligible. Make certain gun-related offenses bail eligible. Make it easier to prosecute gun trafficking. Targeted reforms of the Raise the Age statute, and increase funding for mental health treatment. I'm Carrie Potter with your WRCR News.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. Looks like we've got a really good start here today, folks. It seems like this week was a little bit lighter on the roadways with volume than normal. At this point, we're not seeing any big backups with volume. We do want to remind you that 218 is still closed both ways. That's through Cornwall, West Point, and Orange County, so stick with 9W. 84 is looking really good through Putnam, Dutchess, and Orange County. No problem on the New York State Thruway through Westchester, Rockland, Orange County. And we're also very clear across all the bridges over the Hudson River so far. 37, 684, and 95 are great. We're sponsored by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy for free. You want the same internet but more privacy? DuckDuckGo has got you covered. They help millions of people like you get privacy online without any trade-offs. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo, privacy simplified. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather. For tonight, we're looking at rain, a chance of light rain before 8 p.m. and rain after 8 p.m. The low around 37. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 22 miles per hour. For Thursday, rain, the high near 51 degrees. It'll still be gusty, gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. For Thursday night, rain mainly before 2 a.m., then a chance of showers after 2 a.m. The low around 45 degrees, chance of rain 80%. For Friday, partly sunny with a high near 59 degrees. For Saturday, a 40% chance of showers after 2 p.m., otherwise partly sunny with a high near 54 degrees. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 45.
The following program is furnished by its producer, host, and sponsors.
Welcome back, Clemaniacs. This is Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the second hour of Clem in the PM. Here's your host, Pete Clemente.
For joining my show. All right, we are back here. It is officially 409, Formula 409. I'm going to get that email out. Don't worry. It's going to go out there, Formula 409. Not an official sponsor of the show, but hopefully one day they will be. Great cleaning product, by the way. We are back here on March 23rd, a week before my birthday. It's my birthday next week. Today we celebrate your birthday. Another year older, a year wiser, a year smarter, hopefully. May your day be special, filled with love, joy, surrounded with those that you love, care about. Cookies, brownies, ice cream, cake, and a lot of it. So I wish you a happy birthday today and a healthy one next year. You know, so a year filled with health till next year is what I meant to say. Just didn't deliver it properly, as usual. A year filled with health and joy and all that good stuff. So let's wish you a happy birthday. You celebrate your birthday with these famous folk. Obviously, we spoke about Shaka Khan. Kevin played some music on his show of the great Shaka Khan, with and without Rufus. Shaka Khan turning 69 years old. Very special birthday this year for her. And she, I got to tell you, is one of the, just because I heard so much of her music, when I hear certain songs, and I couldn't tell you most of the titles, it just brings me back to good old days, way back when. All right, famous birthdays today. Kyrie Irving. I don't know, is he celebrating or not? Can you celebrate if you don't have your shot? Are you allowed? Does he need to be in Miami to celebrate his birthday if he doesn't have his COVID shot? I don't know. Like, what's the deal with that? Happy 30th birthday to a very strange man. He actually, I believe he thinks the world is flat. No, for real. I believe he does, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks, babe. Appreciate you a lot. My wife's making a delivery.
Love you.
Love you. Wait. I asked her to bring me an English muffin and chocolate milk if she could, and just like that she did. Just like that, because she loves me. Very, very special lady right there. All right. Let's go back to famous birthdays. Kyrie Irving. Aisha Curry. Former actress and model. Wife of Steph Curry, superstar basketball player. She became a cook and host of Food Network's Aisha's Home Kitchen. Has over 7 million followers on Instagram. I was listening to this thing. I was listening to our man Will. We're talking about if you have a lot of followers, you might get into the movies. Because it's true. You have, say, 2 million followers, 900,000 followers, and all of a sudden you're in a movie. That's an easy way to, get it publicized, get people to go. So you might not need acting talent nowadays. You just need, a lot of people on Instagram to follow you. All righty. Social media. It's crazy. It's sickness. It's an addiction. Perez Hilton, 44, blogger. People going to Facebook and Instagram for self-satisfaction, gratification. It's insane. Down with social media. I'm down. It should just burn. Burn in hell, social media. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Country singer Brett Young. Maybe we'll hear him on the... oh, no, I don't talk about that show anymore. Just kidding. Gumbo Yaya radio show. I was just goofing. Fridays, 11 to 2. Oh, my God. Had a good text yesterday, back and forth with Redneck. I'm like, who is this? Who is this? Yeah, I don't know who you are. Russell Howard, famous comedian, I think. I've never heard of him. Kevin, have you ever heard of Russell Howard?
Russell Howard, comedian out of the UK.
Okay, there you go. Hosting the Russell Howard's Good News and Mock the Week. Okay, he attended blah, 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 da-da-da-da-da, and he's happy birthday to him. Russell Howard, 42 years young. All righty, let's see. Shaka Khan, I told you, very happy birthday to Shaka Khan. Famous birthdays. I told you. Brett Eldridge, country singer, 36, happy birthday, Brett Eldridge. That's it for famous birthdays, all right? Again, if it's your birthday, we wish you a happy birthday. Now, we have a special birthday today. It was leaked by Franny, but nonetheless, I will give my personal tribute to a lovely lady who I call friend. Although I may not see her as much as I'd like to, the memories that we have made together will last a lifetime. I remember going to Mets Shea Stadium, I believe Shea Stadium, Citi Field, whatever it was back then, whatever it was called. And I believe it was Citi Field. And from that point on, I just, a great lady. Patty from Pearl River. Patty! Hello! Patty! She's not there. That's just our thing. Very lovely lady, obviously a huge Mets fan, an animal. She loves dogs. I mean, you know, great, just a great person. Obviously, her mom, Pat, her extended family. There's Bob. Just good peeps, and Patty is just a really, really great lady. So we wish her a very, very happy, love, fun-filled birthday from us, all of us here in Clemville, to Patty and Pearl River. All right, what national day is it today? It is National Chia Day. My back looks like a... Oh, I thought it was Chia Pet. No, this isn't Chia Pet. I was going to say my back looks like a Chia Pet. It does. It really does. It looks like, you know, they think like you grow and all of a sudden it's like hair sprouting everywhere. On March 23rd, National Chia Day recognizes the tiny yet powerful chia seed that has earned its reputation as being one of the most nutrient-rich foods on the planet. Reversed by the Maya and Aztecs for their amazing healing powers and natural energy, chia seeds have become a trusted staple for people around the world and can be enjoyed in many foods and beverages. Bryan Avenue Bob checking in, taking some time out from Doo-Wop Dream Machine Prep, because you know he puts a lot into it. Checking in and letting us know that was Shea Stadium. That was Shea Stadium, that purple, beautiful thing. We miss it. Great times, great times. Food. Good people. I mean, what? Good times right there. That was great. That was the start of it. Patty's been to my house several times. The great parties. Posted one today for the birthday Halloween party. I mean, she's been there. Just great times. Good memories. National Chip and Dip Day. Chip and Dip. On March 23rd is a national day just for the chip and dip. National Chip and Dip Day celebrates the perfect combination loved by so many across the country. Chips and dip are a quick and easy party dish. I think I'm going to go to Sangria's later for some chips and dip. I like to call it salsa, maybe some guacamole. Some guacamole! Whose mole is that? That's guacamole. All right, I'm losing my mind. Stop. You know what? I was at my therapist today. I was talking about this. We talk about the radio. You know, not a lot, but enough. Especially because I'm implementing some changes. I can't talk about them yet, but just to help us get to the final end result that we're looking for. And I told him, I said, I lose my mind. I literally. He said, "You're just letting go." Letting go. It's good to be crazy. All right. That's what you call it good. All right. It's National Near Miss Day. Ooh, what is this about? You almost had that girl, but you didn't get her. That's a near miss. From a national view, each day many of us face a near miss here and there. March 23rd commemorates the day the entire Earth faced a near miss when a massive asteroid nearly hit us in 1989. I don't remember that. I was 19 years old. I must have been having a great old time. That's why. Everybody's running for cover. I'm just driving around in my Supra playing freestyle music. I don't remember that, honestly. I really don't. I must have been. Maybe those were mushroom days. I don't know. All right, National Melba Toast Day. Let's see, Melba Toast. I like Melba Toast. Melba Toast recognizes a food holiday. Melba Toast is a dry, crisp, and thinly sliced toast. It is sometimes served with salad or soup, or maybe eaten plain or with a topping. I like Melba Toast. I'm a fan of the Melba Toast. I'm going to rename it CLEMVILLE Toast. I feel it. I'm slipping. I only got 40 minutes left. All right, I'm going to go to break. When we get back, we're going to have our man on. Updates with Oliver coming right up. Be right back.
It's great music that doesn't get in the way of your work. AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Medicare can be confusing. Piles of mail, all those TV advertisements, it's overwhelming. Not anymore. Emerald's Medicare is here to help guide you through all of your Medicare needs. Whether you're turning 65 or getting ready to retire, Mark Brownstein and his team are dedicated to providing quality assistance for anyone seeking Medicare insight. With offices in Nyack and Stony Point, Emerald Medicare is local, caring, friendly, and knowledgeable. Call Mark Brownstein for a free consultation at 845-358-1220 or visit www.emeraldsmedicare.com to sign up for one of his free monthly educational webinars. That's 845-358-1220. Call today.
We all want to live healthier lives and make good decisions. Join me, Carrie Potter, on the second Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, a health series brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Each show will feature a different health topic and specialist. Your calls and questions are welcome. That's the second Thursday of the month at 5 p.m. for House Calls, brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Advancing care here.
Did you know that March is Women's History Month? Hi, I'm Claire Sheridan from the Historical Society of Rockland County. Tune in to the next episode of Crossroads of Rockland History on Monday, March 21st, right after the morning show, when we'll turn our attention to the women of South Mountain Road. Like their male counterparts, these gifted artists and intellectuals deserve a prominent place in the history of American arts and letters. We'll find out who they were and what they accomplished with my guest, Susan Deeks, the Executive Director of the Historical Society of Rockland County. I hope you'll tune in. That's Monday, March 21st at 9:30 a.m. right here on WRCR. Crossroads of Rockland History is a program of the Historical Society of Rockland County. Visit our website to learn about our exhibitions, events, and programs. That's rocklandhistory.org, or call us at 845-634-9629. That's rocklandhistory.org, or 845-634-9629.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to.
Then what you're going to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up,
and go past
and
the first
apparently
3
she's
lights,
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
Then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Are you self-motivated, creative, and persistent? WRCR is seeking sales account executives to help bring in new clients and create successful radio campaigns and digital promotions on a commission-only basis with excellent earning potential. If you're interested in joining our sales team, please email me, Kerry, Kerry, at WRCR.com. And hey, college students, this is a great opportunity to gain sales experience in the exciting world of radio.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Good afternoon. Looks like we've got a really good start here today, folks. It seems like this week was a little bit lighter on the roadways with volume than normal. Now, at this point, we're not seeing any big backups with volume. We do want to remind you that 218 is still closed both ways. That's through Cornwall, West Point, and Orange County, so stick with 9W. 84 is looking really good through Putnam, Dutchess, and Orange County. No problem on the New York State Thruway through Westchester, Rockland, Orange County. And we're also very clear across all the bridges over the Hudson River so far. 287, 684, and 95 are great. We're sponsored by DuckDuckGo. Protect your privacy for free. If you want the same internet but more privacy, DuckDuckGo has got you covered. They help millions of people like you get privacy online without any trade-offs. With one download, you can search and browse privately, avoiding trackers, all for free. DuckDuckGo, privacy simplified. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather. For tonight, we're looking at rain, a chance of light rain before 8 p.m. and rain after 8 p.m. The low around 37. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 22 miles per hour. For Thursday, rain, the high near 51 degrees. It'll still be gusty, gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. For Thursday night, rain mainly before 2 a.m., then a chance of showers after 2 a.m. The low around 45 degrees, chance of rain 80%. For Friday, partly sunny with a high near 59 degrees. For Saturday, a 40% chance of showers after 2 p.m., otherwise partly sunny with a high near 54 degrees. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 45.
All righty, we are back here in Clemville, and we are joined by our good friend and part of the team here, Oliver Hilario. Oliver, how you feeling today, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. You look like, what are you, clean shaven? Hey, there's Pop.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, how are you, Dad? You look good, buddy. You look good. The hair, hat's backwards. You got a new look to you today.
Yeah. Is that baseball season feeling?
No doubt. All right, so before we get to baseball, let's cover the NFL. That sport still, even if we're not playing, still a lot to talk about today. A big trade. The Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, almost landed with the Jets, but instead he took the flight to Miami where it's sunny and there's no income tax. What are your thoughts on Tyreek going to the Dolphins, all that they gave up for him, and how do you see him playing out alongside Tua, who's not really known for that great arm?
I mean, I'm happy for the Dolphins, but at the same time, what creeped into my mind was, why couldn't they do this for Flores while he was still there? You know, help him get the pieces that the Dolphins got today. You know, that's the first thing that came to my mind when that trade happened.
Well, my thought on that, I don't mean to come. My thought on that would be this: I heard he really didn't like Tua. That was one of the reasons why he was out of there. So maybe he was trying to tell them we need a new quarterback. You know, he wanted Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't blame him.
Nor do I, especially now. I mean, listen, Tua could end up being a very good player himself, but at this point, Justin Herbert looks like the better player, and it looks like he has a taller ceiling. So that aside, though, maybe Flores was telling management, we got to get rid of this kid. They probably disagreed, saying, you know what, we see a good upside with him, and that was part of the reason why maybe they said, you know what, I don't know. Either way, they should have given Tua a receiver like this who can definitely open the field. Thing is, though, I don't think he can throw past 15 yards.
Oh, he can't throw the field. So I'm curious to see how's that gonna work in Miami. You know.
Right. Now, the time will tell if this is a good investment. They gave up a lot.
Yeah, they gave
as far as draft picks.
First, second, a fourth for this year, and fourth and a sixth for next year.
That's a lot of draft picks to give up, and a lot for the Chiefs, you know, to do stuff with. Tyreek Hill, a great player, but the Chiefs are loaded themselves, so they could afford to see him go out the door, especially with the ransom they got back.
Exactly.
All right. Kev, what were your thoughts on the Tyreek Hill trade?
Well, I'm glad that Oliver brought up the Brian Flores thing, because I was wondering about that as well. But, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it works out, because, like you said, Tua doesn't have much of an arm. So Tua's going to have a lot to prove now that he's got some weapons on the offense, and they even shored up the left side of the offensive line as well with some signings. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but Tua's definitely going to have a lot to prove this year, or else I'm pretty sure they'll move on.
No doubt. So the other big news, bigger news, Deshaun Watson ending up in Cleveland when he had a couple of options. It looked like he was going to Atlanta or New Orleans. Matt Ryan's out of there, and then he ends up in Indianapolis. But your thoughts on Cleveland giving up 2 arms, a leg, and half an ear for Deshaun Watson.
A house.
No doubt.
Yeah. What happened was that Watson he didn't want to go to Cleveland, but then Cleveland came back to the table and gave him everything he wanted. They gave him a deal he couldn't refuse. They gave him $230 million, fully guaranteed, for 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think many people could refuse that offer. That's a mafioso type of offer.
Yeah, and I was surprised because what's going on off the field too. That was it's a very risky move by Cleveland.
No doubt, no doubt. One that could pay off, though, big time. I mean, he'll put fans in the seats, though, nonetheless, to make back that. Because that's all guaranteed money. This is, I believe, guaranteed money, which you don't see of in the NFL. You do see it in the NBA. But, I mean, that's for another day. Yeah, right. So, crazy money going around now. What other big things went on in football before we turn the page to baseball?
Adams went to the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, yes. I got to tell you.
Davante Adams.
I heard him talking, being interviewed on a sports show. They were playing the clip. Since 3rd grade, his whole family are huge Raider fans. He had a jersey on of Charles Woodson, great player. Yep, and he says that it's finally a dream come true. You would think with Aaron Rodgers re-signing with Green Bay, Davante would want to stay there and help out and try to get them to the finish line once again. Exactly. That was pretty shocking, though. But when it comes out that his family's huge Raider fans, he's been in love with the Raiders since he's a little kid. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, and he was teammates with Derek Carr in college, I believe, too. So
I didn't know that. What, Kevin, did you know that Davante Adams and Derek Carr were college players together?
Or high school. I don't know if it was college or high school.
Well, high school. Right, no worries.
I did not know.
No, wow. What'd you think of that, Kevin? Davante Adams going to the Raiders. I mean, that's going to help out Derek Carr immensely.
Oh, it's great for the Raiders. I have no idea what Green Bay is going to do, but that's great for the Raiders, yeah.
Unless, of course, Davante Adams' greatness was made by Aaron Rodgers. Time will tell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If Aaron Rodgers is he's a better quarterback than Derek Carr. Is it Derek or David? It's Derek, right? That is
Derek.
No, that's
Yeah, Derek.
Okay. Right. So
it's Derek.
Yeah, right. David was with the Giants, correct?
Yes.
Right.
So yes.
Yes. Scrub. All right. Anyway, look at that face, Oliver. That's a priceless face right there. You got to be on the YouTube to see that face right there. Look at that face.
Thank you.
No doubt. All right. So, let's turn to baseball. We're going to get to the NCAA tournament, but let's go to baseball. First, we have a question from Burgermeister. He just sent me a question for you. He wants to know what your thoughts are on Anthony Rizzo returning to the Yankees.
I mean, that was a move that I expected because we didn't sign a big free agent, so once we got once we couldn't get Freeman, I was thinking that Rizzo was gonna come back. So it's a good option, I guess. It's better than Voit, who got traded to the San Diego Padres. So.
All right. So, I mean, Rizzo's, listen, he's a piece of power hitter. You can't expect him. You're going to get a lot of strikeouts. You're going to get some home runs. You're not going to get that average. Right. I mean, if you need a nice breeze, sit in the 4th row, him missing the ball, give you that nice breeze. Yeah. No, you didn't like that one, huh? All right.
It was a C option for us, and that's what we got. We got a C option.
Ooh, we grade him a C. All right, Burgermeister, what do you think of that? A C option for Rizzo. All right. So, baseball, for me, it was a defining moment last night to see Jake come out, look fantastic, a couple of innings, mowing down the competition, albeit it's just preseason.
Yes.
But it is still nonetheless good to see him do his thing.
Yeah. Like I told you, he's the best pitcher in baseball. You can argue Serger too, who's in the team too, but I've been watching DeGrom for so many years, and he's still young, and I believe the way he pitches and carries himself, he's the best pitcher I've seen.
Right, and don't forget his backup, Mr. Scherzer.
Yes.
The 1-2, cha-cha. What, Carrera? Well, who's gonna what? Tell me, who's gonna what?
Who's gonna dominate these 3 years with the Mets?
Absolutely. So, Carlos Carrera ending up with Minnesota. Did you see that coming?
Yes. No, I didn't see Minnesota coming, but I saw that he signed with Minnesota, and we can honestly say that this deal happened because of the lockout. Because before the lockout, he had a 10-year deal on the table with Detroit for $275 million, and he turned it down. So you could tell that the lockout affected things.
No doubt. You heard the Yankees, Hank Steinbrenner. Was it Hank or Hal? Hal Steinbrenner.
Hal.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Talking last week about how... how they've been affected. Affected by the COVID and the 2 years of COVID and whatnot. So nobody wants to hear billionaires cry, though. Millionaires and billionaires cry. What?
But we got the second highest payroll, so there's no excuse.
Nah, no doubt. Uncle Stevie's gonna have the highest.
You see the Mets. You see even the Twins making moves. Why didn't we make moves like this? Yeah,
I myself don't include me in that way. I'm glad the Yankees aren't making moves. I'd be asking. I'd be asking for a lot, but I would hope the baseball gods could deliver. Not that I want to see them end up in last place, but I'd be curious to see how their fans reacted if at the end of the season the Yankees ended up in last place in the NL East.
I mean, you won't see a lot of people at the stadium, I'll tell you that much.
I wonder what would be said on. I can only imagine what would be said on sports radio. And you're right, the attendance would obviously suffer. All right, what else you got in baseball before we turn the page?
The Yankees are obviously reportedly they're getting ready to extend Judge, but we heard so much news about what the Yankees were going to do, so. You could we'll see what happens there, because the news that has been coming around the Yankees lately was they're gonna have a strong case for Freeman. That didn't happen. A strong case for Olsen. That obviously didn't happen. So all these stories, you could think that the Yankees are going to do something, but I got to believe it until I see it. That's where I'm at.
All right, well, time will tell. Time will tell. Just do me a favor, don't hold your breath, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean you're gonna be holding it for a while. I don't see the Yankees making any great moves, but time will tell. All right, so let's turn the page. Let's go to the NBA. What news we got in the NBA?
I mean, the NBA. Well, we got Miami beat the Sixers the other day without Embiid and Harden and the Knicks, Young came back to the Garden and scored 45 points last night.
Yeah, he lit them up, no doubt. Lit them up. Randall didn't play last night, right?
Randall didn't play because he was hurt. So, and the Nets, they haven't played since I think since the Portland game, which they had 21 turnovers. So they got to stop those turnovers. Oh no, they faced the Jazz. I'm sorry, it was the Jazz, not Portland. Kevin Durant had 37 points, and hopefully Kyrie he's eligible to play tonight, obviously, because he's on the road and they're still waiting on the vaccine mandate to be lifted, which it doesn't look too good for Kyrie right now, because what the mayor said that they have to wait their turn, basketball or baseball, but like I've said, Kyrie could avoid all of this if he was vaccinated.
Right. No doubt. He most certainly could have, but he chose not to. Yeah, listen, to each his own. I'm not. Yeah, to each his own.
Not everybody thinks the same, so it is what it is.
Right. All right. Let's turn the page. Let's get to the big news. The NCAA tournament, men and women's. Obviously, it's a very exciting time, but we're going to just focus on the men's right now. No disrespect to the women's NCAA tournament, but we'll cover that one. Yeah, absolutely. So, Gonzaga, Duke, Villanova, Arizona, names you expected there. Then you got Texas Tech, Arkansas.
My team?
What?
My team?
Who's your team?
Guess.
Michigan?
Nope.
No.
St. Peter's?
Michael Jordan.
North Carolina?
Yes.
Really?
That's why I'm rooting for them.
So you got. Jordan. All right, so you got North Carolina. They're going up against UCLA, obviously a powerhouse. Yeah, powerhouse themselves. St. Peter's, an underdog, and fan favorites now. Kevin, who do you see? We got Kansas and Providence, Iowa State, Miami of Florida. Kev, who do you see making it to the Final Four? Like, give me some of your teams you think get into the Final Four.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't really watched it. So
you haven't? All right, no worries. Do you have any idea who's left besides the teams I just mentioned?
No.
All right, no worries. Oliver.
Yes.
You've been following the tournament?
I have here and there, but
yeah, I haven't followed. I get down to the nitty gritty when it gets down to about the Elite Eight, the Final Four. Yeah, right.
Exactly. Me too.
That's when it gets exciting. All right, so you have, because you're feeling some sort of loyalty, nostalgia, Michael Jordan. That's what started his career, the big shot, and back in the day with the Tar Heels. Now, if they were to beat UCLA and possibly meet up against St. Peter's, a lot of people rooting for that underdog St. Peter's team, which has looked phenomenal, not just in knocking off number 2 seeded Kentucky, but also Murray State, which came in as a pretty decent favorite. So, all right, so you're going North Carolina to take it all. Oklahoma's. Right, no, I see that. Absolutely you do. North Carolina has always been my second favorite basketball team behind the Oklahoma Sooners. Back in the day when you had Worthy, Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins was good, too.
Yeah, he was a good player, absolutely. Obviously, Jordan. I'm obviously missing a few, but there was a lot of guys who made it to the NBA off that Tar Heel team. I've always liked the Tar Heels. But I'm gonna my pick for this year. I'm going to go. Right now, it's a toss-up between Houston and Michigan, who, if they both beat their competition, Houston going against number 1 ranked Arizona, Michigan against number 2 Villanova, they will meet. But I have a feeling it's going to be one of those two teams making it to the Final Four, representing the conference that they're out of, and getting to the finals and winning it. But we shall keep an eye on it. All right, what else you got? Either Houston or Michigan. I haven't figured out yet who's going to win the whole thing. Give me a few days. It's coming to me. It's somewhere inside of me, but I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to, I'm going to go with Houston. No, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. I'm going with Michigan. Juwan Howard. He's going to take the boys from Michigan all the way to the finals. All right, go blue. All right, what else you got in sports before we let go to sports and talk about you and the clothing line? What else you got in the sports world?
Well, Gregory did a 180 on us, or 360, or whatever you want to say. We had a deal with Randy Gregory, and then he decided to go to the Bronx.
Yeah, well, you know what? Listen, I don't want to say we're not going to miss him. We've made some replacements since then. Since he's gone, I think that we'll be just fine without him.
I think so too. But it's just crazy to me that they had a deal and it fell apart. I think it was something in the language of the contract that Gregory didn't like.
Yeah, there was. He said the Cowboys were trying to snake him.
Yeah, but he should know that the Cowboys are trying to protect themselves. If he gets suspended, then because
there's a good chance he will. I mean, we don't want to see that or wish that, but by his experiences and his history, there's a stronger chance that he might.
And he's not the only one that has that type of contract on the Cowboys. The only one that doesn't have that language in the contract is Dak.
Which I'm having ill feeling for right now. He's really gonna have to prove himself next year, but we'll get to that at a later time. All right, so the good news is your clothing line now has sweatpants. You said
sweatpants, yes.
Sweatpants. Now
they should be on the website very soon.
Okay, and the website again?
ohats.com.
OHHATS.com.
Yes, .com.
Now, OHATS is part of your brand, your clothing line that you have out there. Motivate yourself is your phrase, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Right, look at that. There's that face again. Look at that. I seen that face. No doubt. No doubt. So you're a very motivating guy. Obviously, so some people may not know, but you have cerebral palsy, but you never once mentioned that in your world, although restricted to is that considered a wheelchair or like a motorized scooter? What is that?
It's a motorized wheelchair.
Do you call it like the Hot Wheel? You have a name for it? Like, I'm going. So most people wouldn't.
My dad calls it my Lexus.
Does he?
That's what he says.
Nice. Nice, man. Nice. I hope when you're cruising around, you're obeying speed limits and stopping at, where you need to. You're not driving recklessly through the mall.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
You never got a speeding ticket, right?
Nope.
All right. All right. Now, so with Oliver having cerebral palsy, he had taken the positive approach to life, where a lot of people in his position or in similar positions may not gravitate towards being so positive and spreading the motivation that he does. And if anybody can motivate himself, it's most certainly Oliver, and his message to others to motivate themselves, it's just riveting. So I commend you now. ohats.com. The others, I need loose sweatpants. So do they fit tight? I can't have tight fitting sweatpants.
They're not too tight or too loose.
All right.
They're just right,
I'm going to go on the website later, ohats.com.
Yeah.
And
but they're not on the website.
They're not on the website. That's right. You did say they would be on the website shortly.
Yes.
We'll check back with you next Monday to see if, in fact, they are. Because I'd like to get a pair, and then I'd like to display them here in the studio.
Okay.
I'll do like a little runway thing, for the listeners.
All right.
I got my O hat. I'll take my shirt off. I'll flex my muscles. I won't turn around though because of my hairy back. But I'll show the sweatpants and all. It'll be nice.
Okay.
There's that face again. There's that laugh. All right. So you had a meeting with my consultant yesterday, Walter.
He's the best.
Well, I'm the best. I'm the best. He's second best.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right, let's I'm not going to penalize you for that. Don't worry, man. But if it happens again, I might have to give you one of these.
I knew that was coming.
But you really didn't get that. I'm saying if it happened again. So Walter is a great guy. He's second best, obviously. I'm only kidding. But you had some good times. Did you tell him I said hi?
Yeah, I did. We talked about you and the
My
show.
ears were ringing. I heard you talking about me.
Yes. I tell him how you let me control the show, and you giving me this opportunity is an awesome feeling.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I love you. I love what you do. But most importantly, man, I love your attitude, man. That's why, you, my buddy Arthur, he's got a severe mental, disability.
So, Arthur, I said hi.
Oh, listen, he's already, I told him, I said, once football season comes around, it's funny, today I was wheeling this thing downstairs. It's like, I don't tell anybody, but I stole a cart from Home Depot. It was like one of those push carts, right? So I took it by accident. Yeah. So it ended up in my house. Right. So I was moving some stuff downstairs, and I said, it's going to be easy for Oliver to navigate his way into my house. No problem. So Oliver's looking forward to getting together during football season, watching some football. Absolutely. We're going to have some good old time. All right. What else you got for us before we wrap it up? We're a little bit over time, but it's all good.
Obviously the Nets play tonight in Memphis. John Morant is out for tonight with a knee injury. And that's about it for now.
I was just, somebody sent me something. Great job. Always getting the compliments. Keep up the great work. All right, my brother, we'll be looking for North Carolina against Michigan in the finals.
All right, brother.
All right.
That happens.
You got it, man. I wish you a pleasant evening. Tell Mom and Dad I said hi. And I'm going to stop up, man. We're baseball season. We got some baseball to watch, too.
Yes.
All right. All the love, brother.
All the love.
You got it, man. That's our man Oliver right there. You could disconnect because it takes me usually forever. Oh, no, I got it. All the love, brother. I'm out of here. All right. That's our man right there. What can I say? I mean, that's really what it's all about. Giving a guy like that a great, you see how happy he is, giving a guy a great opportunity and doing his thing. All righty, boys and girls, let's take a quick... Yeah.
Before we go to any break, I have a special caller on the line.
You know what we'll do? We'll go to special caller, and then we'll just end it with the break. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll take us into the end. So, all right, special caller, what's going on?
Hello, Clem.
Hello, birthday girl. How are you, Patty?
I'm fine, thank you. I always thank you. I want to thank you so much for my heartfelt word, or your heartfelt words and birthday wishes. It was very sweet and thoughtful of you, as always, and that's who you are. You're just a great guy, and you know I love you so much. You and your whole family. I mean, you're wonderful people.
I appreciate it. You know, today on Facebook, the memories posted up, and I was looking at them just thinking, you know, obviously Judy no longer with us, you know, looking down from the sky above, but still part of those great memories, and just some really good times we've spent together. I love seeing you umpiring either our game or, you know, ending a game and whatnot in passing. We catch up. Once in a while, I'll be lucky enough to catch you when I'm over at my therapist's, which is right, you know, near you. It's just, I tell you, I really enjoy you when we get together. You're just a good person. Obviously, your mom, I love her to death. Brian, you know, you got great people in your family, and it's just a great thing. I'm really glad to call you a friend and wish you again a very, very happy, love-filled, fun birthday.
Likewise, I feel the same way, and we all feel the same way about you. So, but like I said, that was very sweet. That really touched my heart today. It made my day. It was a stressful day today, just because I was doing insurance courses that I needed to get for my license renewal. So I'm just hearing your birthday wishes and whatnot. It made my day. Now I'm good to go. I'm done with work. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much.
You got it, Patty. All the love. Say hi to Mom, and all the love.
She's listening.
You got it, Patty. Be well, baby. Go celebrate that birthday. I'm gonna have a drink in honor of your birthday today.
Please do.
I will. I wouldn't have said it if I'm not gonna. I am gonna raise one to you, my love. All the love, Patty. Let's go, Mets.
Thank you. Love you too.
Yep.
Thank you. Let's go, Mets.
That's it. You know, I told myself, and I'm so pissed, I'm so PO'd, I have to go on to the Mets. I got to get some sort of package. I've been telling myself that for 50 years now, but I got to get some sort of package for the Mets tickets. You know, like I would love to take, you know, obviously my son some games, my wife, even Clemaniacs like, you know, Patty, people who, you know, who love the Mets. I got to look into it. I said I was going to do it. I get so busy, I get caught up. But before the Mets start winning and prices double, I better get in while I can. All right, listen, we made it to the end. Kevin's going to play some stuff. All the love, God willing, tomorrow at 3. All the love and adios, Clemigo.